Arise.
Mango, sex!
Are you the king of humans? The episode that everyone has been waiting for is here. The preview video, staff list, blah blah blah, is out. People are dooming about the preview, saying it's not the best, although there are parts I'm like, about, but it's just the PV. Let's not say much yet. Yeah, I was hoping this episode would be like a Dan episode 7, where the conditions for this episode is way healthier compared to the previous episodes, but we're not living in a perfect world. I know I was speculating that Takeuchi is going to direct this episode. I know from the back of my head, this wouldn't be possible. He's also not key animating. Sag. So Takeuchi bros, I'm talking to myself too. Unfortunate. Hakugo bros, Miso bros, Vincent bros, William Jiang bros. Is that enough? Part A is storyboarded by Ryutaro Suzuki, and Part B is by Yoshihiro Kano and directed by Ryutaro Suzuki. Suzuki, I'm not familiar with his work. From ANN, he's very involved with Cardfight Vanguard and was the series director for Cardfight Vanguard Will plus Dress, all 3 seasons. Judging from the clips I saw, the episodes that he directed and boarded, the action sequences looks really good, and some non-action cuts looks really nice. I can't really gauge much of Suzuki's boards or his capabilities. From the tidbits I've seen, it looks good. Some other stuff that he has done, from what I know, is the infamous Origaru Season 3 Episode 11, The Confession. It was amazing, from what I remember. And he was a unit director for Review Starlight movie, although there's a lot more unit directors than him. So... And for Kano, you know who this sexy man is. Kano is a freak action man, not just because his action sequences is amazing, but his output is crazy. Literally put Baron vs Jinwoo on his back, storyboarded the second half of the episode, and basically animated 3 minutes worth of content. He's also the action director for the episode, so we can always pray on Kano for correcting a big portion of the episode. In terms of chief animation director, Tokuda is the one. I mean, just looking at this preview picture of Jinwoo, this looks very Tokuda. Again, Tokuda is the monster designer, so he will participate a lot, maybe as the main person for making the Ant King design more consistent, since he doesn't have the easiest design to draw. And for the animation directors, yeah. 1, 2, 3... 16 animation directors and 3 studios, and additionally 1 assistant animation director. It is definitely a concern considering what the last episode did with the same amount of animation directors. But again, this happened in the last couple of episodes of season 1. This is a way higher priority episode, unlike last episode. So for animation wise, it's not a concern, but everything surrounding it, like comp or art direction, it may falter in some places, but it will be mostly good enough. Also, people are confusing it having high amounts of key animators. That's worrying. No, higher or lower amounts of key animators doesn't signify anything. Both is not a negative or positive. You can have a couple of really standout animators that can do a big chunk of the episode, or you can have an all-star lineup flexing their girthy arm, jaking it with their pen, drawing masterpieces. Basically, you can do a soul leveling or a Fate CM/PV, where you have industry-defining talents do 1 or 2 seconds of animation. Repeat that a couple of times, then the list is just gonna be like, for the key animation list, again, I'm just gonna point out the more important/standout ones. Hajime Nakagawa is finally here, again, after contributing the Tuss erect moment in episode 6, and did basically 1 minute plus combined sequences in the Baraka fight episode. His style is very distinct, with the sharp blocky design and shading really shying away from the design sheet. Of course, he can draw like Jinwoo or Igris normally, but when he's focused on his action cuts that's pretty reliant on speed, he will make the design simpler so it's easier for him and the animation directors, because You don't need to correct his drawings. Sotaro Shiraishi has done some notable cuts in Soul Leveling. His fundamentals are definitely there. Character drawings and effects are his most notable assets. Not saying everything else is bad, it's still very good. I mean, look at this 2D dragon with the background hand-drawn. Crazy looking. I don't know how Isekai One-Turn Kill Nesan looks this good. Or this very gruesome Jinwoo scene. It's great. Sans Undertale or Dazai is a more Twitter animator jumping around to different shows, although his animation is still really nice. His one Soul Leveling sequence in Boru is pre-Arise tank with the crazy ass impact frames. Hirokatsu Maruyama, who is the guy with, again, heavy smears and wind effects that subsequently complements his action cuts super well, making it fluid. Don't want to explain more because I already did last week. Same goes with Kano. I already explained his stuff, but he is key animating this episode too, which is not a surprise. And same goes with the other people that I already mentioned last week. So yeah. Ryuta Saito is a regular in A1, has done a lot of stuff for certain newer shows from the studio, done some standout stuff in Soul Leveling, more notably the sequence that was referencing the sword swing killing the first level boss in SAO. Very cool sequence. Takafumi Tori, one of the main animators for Soul Leveling and one of the standout talent in Soul Leveling. Tori and Kano did the most highlights in season 1, although his output has not been the same like previous seasons. If we get a lot of Tori this episode, then it will be cinema. His style is very Kanada-esque with Kanada lines, even Kanada flares. Very post-to-post timing dependent action from him. Yuka Kuroda has been participating quite a bit in the second half of the season, even storyboarding part A of episode 8. An amazing effects animator specialized in that department, especially her cuts in Tawaru. Very good cuts. Or maybe I'm just a glazer since Railgun is in my top 10, but still, she can do other things very well, like action. Masashi Takai, quite involved in Bones projects, did some stuff in My Hero and Mob Psycho Season 3, and some Soul Leveling stuff, like this smooth boomerang dagger throw thing that Jinwoo did. Shinpei Wada, this is his or her first time appearing in Soul Leveling. He has a really good backlog, storyboarding and directing opening 1 of Shield Hero, and Season 2's opening of Mushoku Tensei, has been bouncing in a lot of different projects, did the famous Takina kicking Chisato's ass from the OP, did the only good cut in the second season of Devil's a Part-Timer. Never mind, that's just the opening. God fucking... Tawa's main focus is Fate Strange Fake, since he is the monster designer for the TV series, and he specifically animates Francesca stuff. Imagine liking a servant that's basically a lolly. Like... Wait a minute, it really fits her crazy attitude with Sawa's character acting animation. Actually, this Francesca cut is my favorite in Strange Fake right now. Not because it's Francesca. That's all of it, although there is some other... Fucking mosquito! That's all of it, although there are some others, but again, I already mentioned them last week. Excited for the episode, don't want to say much. If you guys like this video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a like. Comment down below what your thoughts about the PV and such. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time.